Hello, my name is Oksana. This is Amilingo.com. Today we are going to talk about grammar. Our topic is modal verbs. Hello, Michael. How are you? Hello? Hello, Michael? Hello? How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you well. I'm okay.
I'm fine, thank you. How was your week and what have you been doing? What's new in your life?
Nothing interesting. Well,
Nothing interesting. Why are you so pessimistic?
yeah, because it's really a real situation.
Real situation. I understand. Hello, Andrei. How are you? I'm glad to see you in today's class. How are you doing? So please tell me something about you. And Andrew? Andrew, hello. How are you? No answer. Well, Andrew is still fixing his microphone or camera, I guess. And maybe later he's going to talk with us. Maybe someone else is going to come to our today's class. Today we are going to talk about modal verbs. So modal verbs are important in the English language and we have to remember all of them and use them in a proper way. Today we are going to have a look at the modal verbs in the text and in the dialects, so to be able to use them properly and correctly. So what examples of modal verbs can you give, Michael? Why are they so special? Why do we pay so much attention to modal verbs? Why are they so important in the English language, Michael? Do you remember?
It's a question.
It's a question.
Yeah.
And yes, you're right. It's a nice question. Hello, Andrew. How are you?
Yeah, do you...
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm fine. And you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Okay, I want to learn some English.
Yes, you're welcome to learn some English. Today we are going to talk about modal verbs. Can you give me an example of a modal verb?
Modal, can, could, may, might.
Yes, you're right. Thank you. And why do we pay so much attention to modal verbs? Why are they so special? Why do we need them in the English language?
Because they use very
Actually, you're right. This is a very difficult question, and it is very difficult to ask on the spot. I agree with you completely. So modal verbs are important because they show the attitude of a person towards the thing or the action that is taking place. So it is important because we are showing our opinion, our attitude towards what's going on in the reality, and that's why it is important. So many examples of modal verbs, they do really exist, and today we are going to have modal verbs in the text. We'll discuss them and read about them and have some practice, do some exercises, right? Mary, hello. How are you? Mary?
Hello.
How was your day? What have you been doing today? How was your weekend?
Everything like ever. How was your weekend?
Well, thank you. I went to visit my mother and stayed with my family. It was nice, thank you. Everything is okay. And today we are talking about modal verbs. Can you give me an example?
Modal verbs. It's will, shall, ought to, used to, would, could, can, be able to, might, may.
You're right, so many modal verbs to remember. You're right. So why are they important in the English language? What is their function? Do you remember?
Because modal verbs can be modal and semi-modal and can have different meaning. And
Yes, you're right.
some modal verbs it's to emphasize low possibility, some high possibilities. So it's very important to know.
Exactly, yes. When we add the modal verb into the sentence, this modal verb changes the meaning of the whole sentence, yes? That's why they are important. Modal verbs can be used as auxiliary verbs, yes? When we want to make a question, we use a modal verb and put it before the subject in the sentence. So can you give me an example of the sentence where modal verb is used, Andrew?
Do you can go with me to the park?
Okay, but here we've got do and can. We have to choose one thing, right? We shouldn't use do and can in one sentence, right?
Yes, of course. Can you go with me to the park?
Yes, it's a correct question, you're right. Dmitry?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you.
Today we are talking about modal verbs. What modal verbs can you name?
Modal verbs, I think can, may, must, should, would, have, do,
Are you
maybe.
comfortable with the usage of modal verbs? Do you always know what modal verb to use?
Not always, I think.
Sometimes it is complicated to differentiate between modal verbs. Do you agree?
Yes. What verb I should use in what situation, depending on this situation and which I want to explain.
Yes, exactly. So let's start with the practice. Here is the handout for you about modal verbs and the exercises. We'll try to use modal verbs in the sentences. Can you find? Can you open it?
Yes.
Okay, great. May I start?
Choose the correct answer. The doctor says I might get more exercise.
Yes, so what modal verbs should be used in this sentence? Must or might?
I think might.
Yes, and why do you think so?
Because must have a more, I don't know, direct meaning.
Yes, so in this case you go to the doctor and doctor gives an order, so you are obliged to do something. Yes, and might is the possibility that you can do many exercises every day, and when you go to the doctor gives you a very strict instruction to be fulfilled, so you must get more exercise because it's an advice of the doctor. When someone gives you an advice and you must do it, you have to do it, you should do it, right? And no one can change it. It's a strong obligation, and the modal verb must should be used in this case. Do you agree?
Must?
Must, yes. The doctor says you must get more exercise.
Okay, maybe.
Might, yes, might is possibilities that you can have exercises, you can do, and you cannot to do. Right? And in this case, must shows the obligation. right?
I think it depends on situation. When if maybe a person break a leg, so in one moment this person might get more exercise. But if the person need maybe lose weight, the person must get more exercise.
Yes, surely it depends upon the situation. But in most cases, when you go to the doctor says that it is important for you, and in this case, must should be used.
Okay.
Right? Thank you. Number 2, Andrew.
You look great in brown. You should wear it more often.
Why should we use this modal verb in this
I
case?
think should, because should is like advice.
Yes. And can is possibility.
Yes, can is possibility.
Thank you, well done. Number 3, Dmitry.
His arm is broken, so he is able. One moment. He may not write. He is not able to write.
He is
Okay,
not
yes.
able to write. Yes. Can is physical ability in this case. That's why isn't able is the.
Because his arm is
variation.
broken.
Yes, you're right. So you understand it. Thank you. Number 4, Michael.
Tomorrow is a holiday, so we don't have to get up early.
Yes, we don't have to. It's a mild obligation. There is no necessity to get up. That's why we don't have to get up, right? Number 5.
Sometimes you may use must not
Yes,
get up.
right, because it depends upon the situation. As Mary has already told us, it depends.
But it's better to use.
So, but we are trying to observe the most common cases.
Yes.
Number 5, Mary.
When you are on a diet, you could drink a lot of water. It's like possibility, but ought to, it's very strong modal verb.
Yes, but this strong verb should be used in this case because you ought to. So this is important that you drink, because when you do not drink enough water, you can fall ill and it could be very bad for your health, right? It could be harmful, so ought to. So it's like an instruction. You must follow, so ought to should be used. But might is also possible, you know, because you might drink, you might not drink, depending upon the situation, right?
I think ought to, it's not common.
Not common word?
Yes, it's only in some document, and we meet this verb very rarely.
Very seldom. You're right, thank you. Number 6, Andrew.
Number 6. He stopped the car, so he. Should rest for a while. Yes, should maybe, I think.
Could.
Could
rest for a while. Yes.
Could rest for a while.
Yes, should is instruction and could is possibility.
But if he was driving for more than 3 hours at once and he just stopped the car, maybe he should in such situation.
Should rest for a while.
Yes, in such situation.
In such situation, should is possible. So when someone else gives you an advice or instruction, modal verb should is more common. When it is possibility, opportunity, then can should be used. So you know, modal verbs have this peculiarity. This is their special feature that they depend on the context and on the situation, and it is really very difficult sometimes to differentiate between. So teachers of grammar try to make some instructions and make some rules for everybody to feel more more comfortable with this modal verbs, but it's not an easy topic. So we'll try to practice some more exercise to choose the correct continuation. Well, Dmitry, start please. Number 1.
You may borrow the book. I finished reading it.
Yes, you have to finish. I've finished reading, or it's a good idea. You may borrow the book. It's a good idea. What do you choose?
I finished reading it.
Yes, exactly. You're right. Number 2, Dmitry.
The second one, okay.
The second one, yes.
Greg shouldn't marry Katie.
Yes.
He doesn't love her.
Yes, you have to choose. She's already married, or he doesn't love her. You choose.
Yes, he doesn't love her.
Yes, exactly. You're right. Number 3, Michael.
She mustn't drive. She drank beer at the party. We need to choose right.
The continuation. Yes, the right sentence. She drank beer at the party. You're right. Mary, number 4.
I don't have to cook dinner. I have never learned to cook. We are going out for a meal. B. We are going out for a meal.
We are going out for a meal. Thank you. Number 3. Complete the sentences with the modals below. May, must, can, could, or should. Number 1, Michael, start please.
Okay, you came for dinner. I won't accept no for an answer. You must come.
Must come, yes. Yes, you're right.
For dinner. I
will
won't accept no for an answer. How to translate? I won't accept no for.
Я не приниму. Ответа нет.
Okay.
Okay. Number 2, Mary.
I have a piece of cake, please. Could I have a piece of cake, please?
Okay.
Oh, may.
In this case, might.
Might? We don't have might.
Yes, may. Yes, you're right. You're right.
May, yes.
May, yes. May I have a piece of cake? Permission. Number 3, Dmitry.
He reached it. He is not tall enough. He couldn't reach it. He is not tall enough.
Okay, next one. Number 4, Andrew.
You always brush your teeth before you go to sleep. You should always brush your teeth before you go to sleep.
Thank you, well done. Michael, number 5.
Okay. I made people laugh when I was young. I could make people laugh when I was young.
Yes, exactly. Do you still like to make people laugh? Michael?
How to translate? What is the difference between in this sentence? If I say I should make.
It's past.
Past, and now we've got present. Yes. Do you still? It is present, and in this case, it is past.
If I say could.
Yes.
Yes?
Я умел смешить людей, когда я был молод. Okay. Number 4, Mary, start please. Replace the words in the bold with the words below. Needn't, mustn't, ought to, have to, might, or couldn't.
Tess should help her mother more. more. I don't know.
You should replace.
Okay.
Replace the words in bold with the words below. Replace, yes. Should be replaced by.
Yes. Might or not. No. Ought to help. Ought to
Okay, ought to.
help human.
Good. Number 2, Andrew.
I'm not sure, but she may be French. But she
Might.
Yes. Might be French. Might.
Number 3, Dmitry.
In some countries, girls are forbidden to uncover their faces in public. In some countries, girls mustn't uncover their faces in public.
Okay, number 4, Michael.
You don't have to explain. You needn't.
You needn't. Don't have to, or you needn't. Right. Thank you, Mary. Number 5.
You must be careful not to offend them. You have to be careful.
Number 6, Andrew.
I'm sorry we weren't able to come. I'm sorry we couldn't come.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Well done. Exercise number 5. Michael, you're welcome for a sentence. Choose the correct answer.
And, as busy as expected. We must. Okay. Isn't as busy as I expected. We needn't have reserved a table.
Thank you. Number 2, Mary.
Jay looks happy. He passed his driving test. She could have passed his driving test.
Must have.
Must have. Okay.
Number 3, Dmitry.
I'm so tired this morning. I couldn't have, needn't have, shouldn't have gone to bed so late. I shouldn't have gone to the bed so late.
Thank you. Andrew, number 4.
I'm sorry, but I don't have number 4. Number 4.
Lost.
So no number 4. Okay, that's
Okay. I find it. You could have, must have, may have called to tell us you were coming. You could have called to tell us you were coming.
Yes. Okay. Next exercise. Next page. Modal verbs. So let's try to choose the correct answer. So, Mary, start, please.
The doctor says I must get more exercise. We already do it.
Okay, next one.
Number of the book. Next page.
Yes, next.
The second page is the answer, yes? For the first page.
So in this case, we've got exercise 6. Exercise 6, okay? Complete the sentences with the correct affirmative or negative modal perfect form of the verbs in brackets. There may be more than one possible answer. Okay, Mary, this sentence. Why didn't you write? Have you found this exercise?
Why didn't you write? You can send an email or an SMS.
So you could or you should have sent.
I can say you can. Well, it's not politely.
You could is more polite.
Okay.
Number 2, Andrew.
You missed a great film last night. You should come with us.
You should have come.
You should have. Should have come.
Do you understand the sentence? Do you understand the usage? Why?
Have. No, not really. Why should have?
Because this action belongs to the past. Exactly. That's why we use perfect.
Okay.
Next one, Dmitry.
It's only 9 o'clock. They have to. No. 1 moment. They haven't gone to bed yet. Haven't gone.
Couldn't have gone. Couldn't have gone. Or might not.
Oh, might not have gone.
Couldn't have gone. Number 4, Marco.
My dictionary isn't in my bag. I may leave it at home. I may leave it at home.
Might, or must, or could have left.
Where is this, or how you choose it?
You should guess.
We've got different variants, and we should use one possible. So here, in this case, we have to use the perfect form of modal verbs. And the last one, Mary. Good. Number 5.
The train won't be here for ages. We should get here so early.
We shouldn't.
We shouldn't get here so early.
Okay, or needn't have got there so early. Both variants are possible.
Okay.
And the last exercise, choose the correct answer. Andrew, you're welcome.
Danny is clever. He could read or could have read when he was 5. Could have read. I think it would be he could have read when he was 5.
Could read is the ability to do something. And could have read мог бы прочитать, когда он был еще очень маленьким. So what do you choose? The ability or the completion of the action in the past? Clever. When he was 5. Он мог читать или он прочел эту книгу, когда ему было 5 лет?
Он мог читать.
Он мог читать. So what do we choose? Could read or could
He could read when he was 5.
Could read, yes. Could read because this is the ability of a person to do something. Could have read, он мог прочесть. Это могло случиться. Could have read. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Andrew, thank you. Dmitry?
We must remember to buy drinks for the party tonight. Must have remembered.
Must have remembered. Мы должны были запомнить. Или мы должны помнить. What do you choose? What variant?
Должны были запомнить.
Или должны были помнить. Не забыть про то, чтобы купить...
And what is the difference?
Must have remembered and must remember.
Yeah. What is the difference between должны были запомнить или должны были помнить?
Must remember должны были не забыть. And must have remembered, it's more to the past. Yes.
So it's something when you learn something and you should not forget it. Yes.
So in this case,
Okay.
must remember.
Must remember. Okay, I understand.
Buy drinks for the party tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Number 3, Michael.
Number 3. Second.
You shouldn't have bought that gift. It was too expensive. Shouldn't buy or shouldn't have bought.
Okay. You shouldn't have bought that gift. It was much too expensive.
Shouldn't have bought. Потому что это уже случилось, и мы жалеем о том, что случилось. Yes. Next one, Mary.
The boy plays the piano really well. He might become a professional pianist one day.
Yes, you're right.
Might
Might become. What's the difference, Mary, between might become and might have become?
Because it's future, it's not past. He also can be professional, but if it might have become, it's like I don't know, regardless about past, and he not becomes. So he becomes somebody else.
He became somebody else. Good. I'm happy that you understand it a little, just a little.
It's because he is a boy, not a man.
No. Maybe
because he is young and we don't know
what is going to happen in future.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Andrew, next one, Dmitry.
I found the book easily. I couldn't look. I couldn't have looked very hard for it. I couldn't have looked very hard for it.
Couldn't have looked. Thank you. Enter number 6.
The dog must have eaten the steak because no one else was at home. The dog
must eat or must have
must eat. Maybe I think must eat. Must eat.
It's very
funny sentence. Funny sentence.
Very funny.
I agree with you. So there was no one else at home and no one could do it. That's why only the dog could eat this steak. And we've got the result because now there is no bone. You see? So must have eaten is the result of the action. That's why we use it. Do you understand or not?
Very bad. Very hard.
Translate the sentence. The dog must eat the steak because no one else was at home.
Собака должна съесть стейк, потому что никого не было дома.
Yes, and the second variant. The dog must have eaten the steak because no one else was at home.
Потому что собака...
Наверное, собака съела этот стейк, потому что никого больше не было дома.
Тогда понял.
It is very funny for you. Yes, I understand. It's really funny sentence, but it shows the usage of the modal verbs. That's why. It is nice to remember. Having some funny sentences, we can remember the grammar better. Do you agree?
Sure.
Thank you for your support. Here is the link, and we can find the site where the usage of modal verbs is described in the text. So, the story of Helen Keller, the girl who could not see, hear, or speak. So, very many modal verbs are used in this text, and while reading it, we can understand their usage. So who wants to be the first to read? Well, no one wants.
Okay.
Mary, you're welcome. Thank you.
I'd like you to know the story of Helen Keller, who should neither see nor hear. For the time she was a baby, yet the brilliant girl was able to overcome all those handicaps to graduate from college with honors and become a useful citizen.
Useful, yes.
Useful citizen.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Andrew, go on, please.
I must say there was nothing wrong with Helen Keller when she was born. Her father and mother were very proud of their pretty baby, who tried to say Papa and Mama. For 19 months, Helen grew bigger and stronger. She was able to walk when she was a year old. She could say a few words.
But one, please.
But one day the child fell ill. He must have been very ill. So for days she was laid up with a high fever, and soon the parents learned that their darling would never be able to see and hear. The little child was now doomed to a life of silence and darkness. She couldn't hear what was said to her and didn't know how to talk. She was able to play. She was unable to play with other children.
Thank you. Michael, go on, please.
When Helen was 6 years old, her parents took her to Baltimore and then to Washington to famous doctors to find out if they could do something to make her hear and see again, but the doctors couldn't do nothing. The child was hopelessly deaf. Dr. Bell said the callers should address the Perkins Institution for the blind in Boston and ask if they could send someone to help the child. It was a wonderful day for Helen Keller when and Sullivan arrived in March 1887 and took charge of the child with neither heard nor speak. Helen was nearly 7 and Sullivan was past 20. And Sullivan found a way to make himself understood. He gave the child a doll and taking Helen Keller's hand and felt out loud. The child learned for the first time that things must have names.
Thank you, Mary. Go on, please.
When Miss Sullivan later sprang into the little girl's head, Michael. Stop, please. Okay. When Miss Sullivan later spelled into the little girl's hand the word water, and then let the water from the pumps run over her land, a new light seemed to brighten the face of the child. During the next 3 months, she learned 300 words and could even put some of them into sentence. Miss Sullivan loved her pupil who was so quick quick to learn. She lived with Helen, played with her, and worked with her every hour of the day. By means of the hand language, Helen and her teacher were able to talk to each other. Helen learned to read
Andrew, go on,
books.
please, Andrew.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I have some problems with handphones.
Dmitry, go on, please.
Helen learned to read books that were printed for the blind with raised letters. She also learned to use the typewriter to write what she wanted to say. When Helen was 10, she was determined that she would learn to speak. At first, she learned only the sounds of the letters of the alphabet, but soon she was able to say words and sentences. In the story of her life, Helen Keller writes, I shall never forget the surprise and delight I felt when I uttered my first connected sentence. It is warm.
Thank you, Mary. Go on, please.
At first, she had much difficulty with her speech, but Anne Sullivan understood what Helen trying to say. Helen practiced speaking day after day until last she developed a clear voice. Later, she was able to speak before large crowds, which come to her whenever she lectured.
Thank you, Michael. Go on, please.
Michael.
Michael is busy, I think it seems to me.
No.
Yes.
I can.
Okay.
Thank you. Andrew, you're welcome.
At the age of 20s, Helen Keller passed all the difficult entrance examinations to Radcliffe College. Helen did extremely well in her classes and was able to keep up with the other students. Helen wrote the story of my life while she was in college. In her writings and lectures, Helen did everything she could to help and encourage others who were blind.
Thank you. Well done. Good reading. And now I'd like you to find the modal verbs in this text and explain their usage. So, Mary, what is the first modal verb used in the text and what does it express?
Who could neither see nor hear. Could. It's ability.
Ability. Okay. Thank you. The next one, Andrew, was able to overcome. Was
able to overcome. Yeah, the brilliant girl was able. I don't know. What able to overcome all those handicaps.
Ability, possibility, permission, or impossibility.
It's.
Is it ability?
No.
What is it?
It's possibility.
Was able to overcome. Okay. Do all of you agree? Mary, do you agree?
I think it's
was able to overcome. Possibility or ability?
Ability.
Ability to do something, yes? To be able to read, to talk, to overcome. This is the physical ability, right?
Yes.
Physical ability. Thank you. Okay, must say, Dmitry.
The next is she was able to work.
Okay.
Physical ability.
Was able to walk, right?
Yes.
And what about I must say?
Oh, excuse me. I must say it's.
Is it prohibition? Is it necessity? Or is it logical assumption?
Logical assumption.
Okay, Mary, do you agree? What's your opinion?
I agree.
You agree? So is it a necessity or a logical assumption?
What mean a necessity?
Необходимость.
Mhm.
For example, I must call my parents, or is it a logical assumption? Jenny must be out this evening. So
It's a necessity.
Necessity, okay.
Yes.
let it be. Thank you. Next one, Andrea. Was able to walk.
Was able to walk. She was ability.
Ability. Could say. Dmitry.
It's physical ability.
Physical ability. Thank you. Must have been.
Excuse me, I want to ask one question.
Yes, sure.
Where can we read this classification of modal verbs? And,
Please follow the link. Here is the link.
because maybe I missed it at the beginning.
There was one class where we've already discussed this topic, and
okay.
So here it is for you. Click
Thank
on
you
the link
a lot.
and open this site.
Not the link.
Yes, Michael.
As I understand.
Can you see the link?
No.
I see the link, but this link is empty.
Empty.
Is empty. Okay, once more.
Go to the document and after that.
Yes, I know. Try to do it. Maybe this time it will be successful.
I think yes. Oh, thank you a lot.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. We can continue our text.
Yes,
My interruption.
Yes, must have been very ill. She must have been. Mary? So, how can we describe this must have been? Must have been. Is it probability or necessity or prohibition?
It's probability.
Probability. Yes, you're right, I agree. Then next, be able to see and hear. Andrea?
Be able to see
And hear.
and hear. This is ability.
Yeah, right. Could not hear. Dmitry?
Ability, physical.
Yes. Was unable to play. Dmitry?
Ability.
Okay.
Disability.
Yes?
Oh, okay. Yes, disability.
You're right. Thank you. Thank you for prompting. Could do nothing. Doctors could do nothing. Andrew?
The doctor could do nothing. Ability.
Yes, okay. Should address. Mary?
It's possibility, I think.
Should address. Possibility or should?
Like
advisability.
Advisability. Obligation or expectation?
Yes.
So what do you choose? Advisability?
Advisability.
Obligation or expectation?
Oh, no.
Advisability.
Or obligation.
Obligation. Must have been very ill.
Should address.
Should address. Yes, should address.
So it's
Should address.
I think it's maybe obligation.
Obligation. Good.
I think it's advisability. Advisability.
Is it more advice or an order?
I think it is advisor that they should go to this special doctor.
Okay. Mary, do you agree?
More strong. It's not advice, but it's should to do. It's more direction, more strong verb in this case.
But anyway, it was their choice to go or not to go.
But sometimes you have choice, and sometimes if you choose something wrong, it can be very bad.
Okay.
It's,
From this point of view, I agree.
Thank you.
not advice.
Mhm.
Okay, let it be. Could send, Andrew.
If they could send someone to help the child, could send ability.
Could send. Ability or possibility. They could do it physically, or they could do it because they had a chance to do it. Could send some
Yes, it is possibility.
possibility. Okay.
Possibility.
Could neither hear nor speak. Dmitry.
Ability.
Ability. First time that things must have. Yes, Mary.
Must have
Names.
it's like ability.
Ability for can.
Yes, like
And for must, what do we have for must?
Necessity.
Necessity, prohibition, or logical assumption. So, necessity, right?
mm-hmm.
Do you agree?
Must have names.
Must
Yes.
have names. Good. Then the next one, Andrew. Could even put.
Could even
Put some of them into sentences.
possibility.
Or
Or
physical
ability.
ability.
Or ability. Yes.
It is ability, yes, ability. We're able to talk. Dmitry?
One moment, I will think. It's no. It's ability.
Teacher? Ability.
Ability.
Yes, you're right. But soon she was able to say, Mary?
Also,
Ability.
Ability. Was able to speak. Andrew?
Ability.
Okay. Was able to keep up with. Dmitry?
Possibility.
Okay. Did everything she could to help and encourage others. Mary?
Maybe Michael.
Michael? Yes, Michael, the last one is yours.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't follow. Which one?
The last.
Last
The last one.
Last in the text? Who could to help? Which one?
Helen did everything she could to help and encourage others who were blind.
Did everything she could to help and encourage others. Could ability.
Ability?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Mary, do you agree? Dmitry, what's your point of view?
No, I think it's possibility.
Possibility. Could do everything she could. Everything that she could, everything that was possible for her to be done. So this is possibility. Okay. So tricky, a little bit difficult to remember, but still, I hope that it was interesting for you. So, Mary, I'd like you to make a conclusion from today's class. What have you learned? What was interesting? What was not interesting? What would you improve?
I think it's interesting. It's because it's important. Because we often use modal verbs. It can help us to be more polite.
More
polite, make sometimes questions, and it's very helpful topic for us for speaking.
Thank you. Dmitry, what could you say about today's
for
class?
me, a lot of new and interesting. First of all, is this second document with
the functions of modal
functions, yes, of modal verbs. I'll read it all, and also I think it is very important to understand all these modal verbs, to understand the meaning of the text of and sentences, and also to use the right combination of the modal verbs when you speak.
Yes, thank you. Andrew, what about you? What can you say about today's class? What was interesting? What have you learned
I agree
today?
with the others. That was interesting. Modal verbs is very important, and
they are very important, right?
Yes, they are very important, and we we must to learn them more.
Yes, thank you. Michael, what about you? What could you say about today's class? What was interesting for you? What have you remembered?
I just agree with Andrei. Use it more, and
Yes.
we can repeat another one, because for me, it's ability, possibility, necessity, it's like the same. Right?
They all mix up. And,
Which one? What does it mean? Each of them.
Mary, what about you? Do you differentiate between ability, possibility, and necessity?
Yes. Because ability, it's when you can
Do
walk.
something. Can walk, yes.
Very important.
Physical.
Possibility. If you want, you can do it. If you don't want, you don't do it. You possible you do, and you possible not do something. So it's big difference. But if you not able to walk, it's very big problem. So it's ability.
Yes, ability is for modal verb can, right? Be able to do something and can do something. Can, could, be able to. What about necessity? What modal verbs are connected with this meaning, Mary?
It's
Necessity.
must, need,
Must,
have to.
need, and have to.
Yes. But must, it's very strong.
Must, need, have to, should, and ought. Yes,
Yes,
ought is the strongest. Yes, must is milder. Yes, then goes should do something, right? Okay. And what about permission? What modal verbs have this function of permission?
Could.
Could I open the door? Could I open the window? Yes, and
would,
one more.
Would, and maybe for close relations it can.
Can, could, yes. And one more. Permission.
Would.
Would.
Would is yes. Okay. And one more. Who can answer this question? We often use this modal verb at school when we ask the teacher.
Would and would, no.
Who remembers? It is very simple modal verb.
Can.
No, not can.
May.
Yes, exactly. You're right. Yes, may I leave the classroom? May I open the window? May I go to the blackboard? May I leave or something? Okay. So I hope that this class was interesting and at least you've learned something that was useful for you. I wish you to have a nice evening and all the best. Have a nice evening and bye for now.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
For listening, and bye.